Alright, so I've got a Husqvarna HU700F mower with the Honda GCV 160 engine, and mine was running super rough. Would run a few minutes and then stall out, and then run a few minutes or a few seconds again, and then stall out again, and just wasn't working properly. So I changed the entire carburetor and a few gaskets, and it ran just fine, zero problems. I'll kind of walk you through what I did. So I got this this kit. This one's by Hutzel, but there's a gazillion kits out there. Just a kit with your carburetor and a few gaskets. And this one came with a few other things that I didn't even add. I just kept the old spark plug on, but I just needed the carburetor. And I already changed the carburetor once, but anyway, so I'm just gonna run through with you guys real fast. So there's these clips right here that you just push in and or push down and then pull back, kind of like this. Pull this back, and then your fuel filter. It also came with not your fuel filter, your air filter. This is your air filter. The kit also came with one of these. I put the new one on there and tossed the old one. I would recommend you do the same. And to get this out, all you'll need is a 10mm socket and a pair of pliers. I use needle nose, but any pair of pliers should do. And then there's these two bolts right here that you're gonna loosen. And then you're gonna just take them out all the way, just like so. And there she comes. It all came out. And now, before you proceed, make sure that you turn your gas regulator vertical. That way no gas can get through to the carburetor, and a little will drain out, but that's just kind of how it works. Make sure to get your carburetor out. And my carburetor is leaking really bad. Mine is definitely not functioning correctly. Go ahead and take your screws out, and just like so. Yeah, my carburetor's shot. So what you're gonna need to do is unclip this. Take your pliers and unclip this wire, this silver wire right here, and you just pinch it and then move it backwards along the wire. You can kind of twist it just like so. Just back it off from the wire, just enough, and then you're going to need to take get it in focus. There's a wire piece right here, and then there's this main bar right there. You're going to need to unclip both of those after you unclip the hose. It's easier if you do it after you unclip the hose, and you're going to need to do this fast, because if your carburetor is shot, a little bit of gas is going to leak when you turn it to take it out, and gas is going to leak from the hose. So make sure you take your hose out fast. You're going to take it out, and I would recommend, as soon as you take it out, have your new carburetor handy and go ahead and plug the gas just like that. There we go. That way no gas can leak out from your hose. And just set your new carburetor aside, and we're going to deal with this. So you're just going to tilt this up, and first order of business is to take this wire out. And as you can see on the back side right here, it's just hooks in there, just like so. So just unhook it, and it will pull right out. There we go. I've got the wire separated. And then you just take it, the carburetor like this, just turn it, and it should slide out from here, just like so. Just sits in this hole, just kind of like a little fitting right there. So take your new carburetor and put it back in the hole, it's okay if you just bend it a little tiny bit to get the new one in. And then take your wire and put it back in. It's a little tricky sometimes, but there we go, nonetheless. Got the new carburetor out, or the old carburetor out, I'm sorry. And the new carburetor in, and sorry. Yeah, that new carburetor is much better. My old one is totally gone. So, you're gonna have a couple old gaskets. These are the old gaskets. These right here are the, wait, no, that's the one. Sorry. Right here are the two gaskets that you'll need. Look like this. This front gasket is going to go right here. It's going to go just like that. And this back one is going to go on the back of this carburetor, just like that. Just sits in there. And I found that the easiest way to get this back on. So, before we get the carburetor back on, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Make sure to get this wire clip back on. Don't forget this. Just get it kind of over that hump right there, just like so. And then I have found that the easiest way to get it back on is to go ahead and take your shield that your air filter goes in and put your bolts through the holes, just like so. Sorry. And then hold the bolts with your fingers and go ahead and put the gasket on like this. Just like that. Then take your bolts and stick them through the carburetor holes. There we go. Make sure they go through the holes on the back side as well. Then take your other gasket like this and put it on like so. And then take this piece right here and make sure it goes on facing this way. So, just like that. And then line the bolts up with the holes and go ahead and just finger tighten just to get a few threads, just finger tighten it. Just like so. Clean up any gas residue that's around there. Yeah, that old carburetor is leaking bad. Okay, make sure that you, before you do anything, take your intake hose and put it clips on kind of in the back. There's a little hose fitting. You'll see it. Just make sure it goes on there snug. I don't think my camera's going to pick it up. Sorry. Get that on there and tighten the bolts back up. You don't want to make them too tight, but don't make them too loose at all. And make sure you kind of tighten them up evenly. Don't tighten one up all the way and then tighten the other one up. That way the gaskets can sit properly. I'm going to go ahead and put it back on the ratchet. And then just tighten it. It's kind of tight, and then go ahead and tighten it a little more just to where it's pretty snug, but not like gut-wrenching tight. Just tight enough. And you can go ahead and set your fuel back to where it's flowing properly, and then clean up any fuel residue from around here. Take your air filter, put it back on, make sure the only grain side is facing forward, and take your filter. Actually, you can just set it in the filter. That works. And clip it back in just like that. And there you go. Good to go. That's how you change the carburetor on your Honda GCV 160 motor. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next one.